What up, boxing world? Keith Thurman was interviewed on the ringside before the Garcia versus Malignaggi fight, and he was asked, obviously, what do you think of Danny Garcia and Floyd Mayweather? Now, let's start with Danny Garcia. He said that Danny Garcia is a very solid fighter, and that I'm trying to remember. Was the interview on the ringside? Was it before or after? But anyway, it was during the Danny Garcia versus Malignaggi fight. Anyway, Keith Thurman was asked, like I said, about Danny Garcia. He thought that Danny Garcia is a very solid competitor. He thought that he's glad that Danny Garcia stepped up to the plate to be at 147. Keith Thurman has respect for Garcia. I can feel that. I can tell the way he talked about him. But he wants to fight. He wants to fight him. There's a reason for that, though. You know what I mean? There's always a catch. You know, Keith Thurman thinks freaking Garcia is fresh blood, is a fish at 147. You know, he knows damn well that Garcia will be underdog, heavy underdog when he fights him. You know, now I don't necessarily think that Garcia is just gonna go down like that if he fights Thurman, but Thurman thinks so. You know what I mean? Don't get fooled, people. You know what I mean? There's always a catch to this stuff. You know, just because the guy talks a lot of good stuff about Garcia, you know, it doesn't mean that it's going to be a great fight, you know? But yeah, they're both undefeated fighters. Now, Keith Thurman said that, you know, if Al Haymon make the fight happen late this year or early next year, that'd be great. He'd be happy to take the fight. No issues there. Now, Keith Thurman was also asked about Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Because Mayweather, there's rumors out there that Mayweather's supposed to continue on fighting after Berto in September. So then he was asked pretty much that if, you know, what's his shot or what's his status, his stance on getting the Mayweather fight. Now, Keith Thurman retaliated and said to the announcer, to the sportscaster, he said the mic needs to get closer to Mayweather on that question because he needs to answer that, because he said, Keith Thurman said, quote unquote, that he's got the skills and talent to beat Floyd Mayweather, and he knows that. That's what he said. You know, I don't think that Keith Thurman is expecting Floyd Mayweather to fight him, because as we all know, Mayweather's sometimes he'll be a little bitch and be a little sensitive, you know, talk so much shit, then he was not gonna fight you. That's what happened with Keith Thurman, you know what I mean? So Keith Thurman supposedly taunted, you know, Mayweather over Instagram or Twitter, was it, with the yellow gloves and stuff like that, and a lot of other stuff. And you know, Khan ended up not getting the Mayweather fight. You know, as a matter of fact, Amir Khan's been passed on 3 times of the Mayweather Sweepstakes per se. Now, Keith Thurman is no different than Amir Khan. He's also talks a lot of crap about Mayweather. You know, number one taunt of Keith Thurman to Mayweather is a cherry picker. You know, he thinks that Mayweather is the number one cherry picker, the biggest cherry picker in the welterweight. So that's what he knows. He talks a lot of crap, and I don't think Mayweather like that. I don't think Mayweather's gonna fight him. I don't think Mayweather even is going to consider fighting Thurman. You know, I mean, he's considering Berto and Mayfield. So, I think, to be honest with you guys, I think if Mayweather had to pick between Khan and Thurman, I think he'd rather pick Khan. Khan got lost in his resume. Khan is not as solid as Keith Thurman. I don't think so. And he's not going to risk that. You know what I'm saying? I think Thurman is a solid competitor. He's a solid fighter. He does speak his mind. Could be very vocal. And it doesn't do him any good as far as the Mayweather Sweepstake though. So we'll see what happens in the future. He's eyeballing Danny Garcia right now. Fresh blood at welterweight. So it's funny. I think Keith Thurman wouldn't mind fighting Garcia or Mayweather. I mean, he wants to fight. There's 3 guys that, you know, Keith Thurman wants to fight now. You know what I'm saying? First it was Mayweather. Now it was Amir Khan, which both of them refused to fight him. I don't know why, man. This guy must be must have superpower or super strength or something like that. Everybody's eluding him. So now, and then you got Danny Garcia. But Danny Garcia didn't necessarily say on the post-fight after a Malignaggi fight, he didn't say that he wasn't going to fight him. He said, you know, the fight present himself. If Al Haymon wants to make the fight happen, then he'll fight him. No problem there. No issues there. So if that fight, like I said, happens, then it would be alright. You know what I'm saying? We'll see the fight. But yeah, there you go, guys. This is my little review on what Keith Thurman said about, you know, fighting Danny Garcia and his stance on the Mayweather Sweepstake. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.